Afternoon, Year 4. This lesson kicks off a really fun week of science. So I hope you're going to enjoy it as much as I've planned for you to enjoy it. Let me just share the screen with you there. We're going to be investigating bridges today and towers later in the week. Think about these questions quickly. What is condensation? What happens in the esophagus? And which 3D shape is the strongest? Have a think about those and then join us on the next slide. Some key vocab again: build, bridge, construct and construction, tower, structure. We could even add pillar on there, would be an important one. And another question just to think about here, this is really, I chose this one because it's so important right now. We're all struggling, most likely, to find motivation, especially as adults as well, to find motivation to exercise. What if we couldn't exercise? Because we still have the scope for that at the moment, despite all of the restrictions. What if we couldn't exercise? What would happen? Pause the screen here, have a think, maybe do some research if you want to, have a chat with someone at home if you want to, and I'll be interested to see what you come up with. A couple of key things really is that exercise is so good for you mentally. It makes you feel better. It releases endorphins, which all round just gives you much more positivity. It literally relieves stress and makes you feel happier. Okay. Generally, the exercise strengthens our muscles and it secures our bones, and there's lots of different scientific benefits of exercising. If we don't exercise, it means we don't stay as healthy, which means it risks diseases and illnesses later on in life, especially. Exercise is a huge, huge part of our lives. So whenever you can, especially whilst you're at home, because you're not running around on the playground as much as you normally are, see if you can just do a little bit of exercise every day, even if it's just 10 to 15 minutes, okay? Be interested to see what you've been up to. Back to that third question then that I asked you as a starter. Which one is the strongest 3D shape? The experiment that I set out for you to do last week seemed to yield some positive results, but actually what I wanted us to find out was how strong triangles are. Triangles are used, I think actually triangles are pretty much used by construction workers in near enough anything that they want to keep structurally sound and stable. Triangles are pretty much the strongest shape for construction, because whereas a rectangle would collapse together, a triangle's weight is distributed evenly. It has that solid base, and as it's distributed evenly, it can support a great amount of weight, which is why, even though we have in a lot of bridges and a lot of towers, we have sort of cuboid shapes, rectangles, rectilinear shapes. Within those, quite often, we have the triangular shapes to keep the stability. Okay? So challenge X, not why do you think they've used, because I've sort of explained that. Can you maybe put that in your own words? But today, as I said, really fun task for you. Can you use your spaghetti and marshmallows to make these shapes? If you want to, instead of just putting one piece of spaghetti and a marshmallow at both ends, you may want to use 2 or 3 pieces of spaghetti. Because once you've had a practice with that, there's a question to think about here, sorry. How could you use triangles to strengthen this shape? But once you've had a little play around with that, I would like you to create your very own bean bridge using your marshmallows and spaghetti. Obviously, I've kept on there the slide from before that we'll be testing whose is the strongest, but that's quite difficult to do, obviously, at the moment. I'll be really interested to see perhaps who can build the sturdiest bridge, maybe who can build the widest bridge. Maybe you can put some sort of weight on your bridge to show me that it can balance across it. I'll be looking for those triangles. Obviously, you can snap the spaghetti and make smaller triangles if you want to. I'm really, really interested to see how you've used your knowledge of shapes to build the strongest bridge possible. Enjoy. Hopefully you find this a really fun one today. Take lots of pictures, send them in. Stay safe, stay happy. Bye-bye.